Manchester City need to win today to retain even the vaguest interest in the title race. Manchester United require a victory to maintain their challenge for a place in the top four. So, red against blue, City and United. We used to call it old money against new. I'm not sure that's the case anymore. We've gone through the stage of the noisy neighbours. And now both sides are having to look beyond Manchester for the real challenges to their status. Lovely ball, Raheem Sterling, Blint across. Sterling behind Aguero, comes for Jesus Navas!
I mean, he's hit it well, but he just hasn't obviously put it where he would have liked in the end. But I think Blint did well, because once the run was made in behind by Sterling, he just held him up and he forced him down towards the line, and it just made it more difficult.
David Silva, now Sterling. Silva once more. Jesus Navas!
That's a good save from De Gea, because it's coming through Rocco, so, you know...
Here's Schneiderlin, Mata. Marcus Rashford, he's in here, Rashford! He's scored! The fairy tale has a further chapter. 2 on his debut, 2 on his Premier League debut against Arsenal, and now, like many illustrious players, Ryan Giggs amongst them before him, a goal on his Derby debut.
Well, I mean, this ultimately just comes down to a centre-forward up against a centre-back, and once it's fed into the feet of Rashford, it's just that little turn of pace, and Demichelis is just left on the ground. He's misread it completely, the Argentine. He's made it easy for Rashford to get in, but I still appreciate the little bit of skill, the quick footwork, and then that little low drill to try and squeeze it past Joe Hart. It's an excellent finish, and this guy looks impressive.
Well, this is a fixture which is studded with star names down the years.
And the finish was with conviction.
Lingard, Martial lining one up.
They've lost 4 here in the league. And that was just a little run from Lingard and a good hit from Martial. It's not banging the corner, so you're always kind of fancying hard to get something on it. It's at a decent height.
Goal. Silva will take. And Demichelis.
Yeah, it's just enough done by Rocco, just defending the far post. It just prevented him from getting enough.
Touré.
Good effort, but I think De Gea had anticipated it, where it was going, and I think again he's in good position to...
Navas. Flicked on, but no finish.
Well,
Yaya Touré trying to lever himself around a defender.
Yeah, it was Michael Carrick with him on the far post, and I think he was looking for
Schneidlin's flick, Rashford goes over, referee well positioned, just shakes his head.
Ooh, well, it's kind of classic. They're unhappy, Manchester City, with the fact that Rashford went down looking for a penalty. But Demichelis did nudge him. There was a little bit of contact. Now, players at the moment feel the right to go down when they feel anything in the box, and I think that's another example of that. I wondered for a moment what the referee was going to do. Not sure all of the ball was over all of the line. Great skill to get him in, and I think they need their individual creative talent to...
He's left that really short. It was Demichelis, and listen to the boos ringing around. Joe Hart's injured himself.
He's had a look, so he knows he's closing him down, and yet he doesn't give it enough back to Joe Hart. It's too casual. And for a moment, Martial thought he was in, and just as he kicked it away, I think he's just caught.
Substitution for City, number 1, Joe Hart.
It is an inglorious exit.
Is replaced by number 13, Willie.
And that'll be for Demichelis, we're hearing. Here's Rojo. And what can City find out of adversity? Silva. Clichy. Wilfried Bony. There's a bit more cut and thrust to the derby now. Martial. Deflected and parried.
headed inside the post, and the earlier one, I think the sting was taken out of it by the time.
Darmian goes again, for waiting, and it was Rashford.
It's a really well-worked move, too easy in fact for Darmian to get it across, and
Navas. Sagna and Bonney, and Smalling ensured there was no clean contact to be had.
Yeah, I think the referee's indicating that there was a rebound. That's why Manchester United are getting a
piece of it. Yaya Toure has all of it, and it's in for Aguero! As close as Manchester City have come.
I mean, that's what I think the Manchester City fans want to see, a marauding run from Yaya Toure, and you could feel that.
Silva. Aguero. Aguero goes himself. Toure. Silva once again. And Aguero! And Toure, and Bonney, and still...
Yeah, I mean, I just think the ball that's played by David Silva far post is just it's a beauty for Aguero. Tough on the move to actually squeeze that inside the far post.
Toure. Navas. And Navas, who scores infrequently, has had a number of efforts on goal.
Yeah, I mean, kind of the one thing is obviously getting over the ball, just to kind of keep it down.
Martial, inside Sagna, running into Fernandinho. Goal kick.
I think he wanted an obstruction there.
For another twist to be scripted. Silva. It's Aguero. And Aguero wide! Having fashioned the chance wonderfully well.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen that combination, because we saw Silva put one on Aguero's head far post earlier on. This time and it's another great ball. Very clever to come inside.
They found someone willing to take the corner and someone willing to receive the ball. And there's the whistle. The Blues are left red-faced. Derby Day belongs to Manchester United, and more specifically to the youngest player in the Premier League era ever to score for them in this fixture, 18-year-old Marcus Rashford. A derby short on quality, long on dramatic narrative and incident. Finishes Manchester City 0, Manchester United 1.